Well, this is supposed to be on, but I don't see it on my website. Why is that at? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. So I know I have audio. I'm just stopping my own feedback here, but you don't have my video yet. Yes, I'm a half hour late, but we'll get things lined up here. First time, right? First time, go guys. Okay. That's right. I gotta share. Share the whole screen and nothing but the screen. Here we go. Share. That's it. That's what I needed. But I'm a half hour late, guys. Sorry about that. And welcome to Let's Talk About It. It's the talk show. It's an organized talk show, except for the guys right now are not organized very good, but we'll get it under control. Crazy days. This is the first time on this program, and I had to do more than I thought I did on setting it up. So the steps took a little longer, and then 10 o'clock position kind of went by, but it does start at 10 o'clock, a half an hour ago. So I want everyone to kind of look at their time, because it's worldwide now, right? Look at your time, look at your clock, and take it back a half hour, and that's the time we're going to start every day. And tomorrow will not be hard because it's the same hot link. Okay. So, hmm, yes, we are live. I don't edit. So what you see is what you're going to get. When people come aboard, you'll see actually that picture will show them across the bottom. And I can hold up to 10 people. So I think it's pretty much 8 people plus my video, and then I'm muted myself on my local camera. So I'm coming in as my avatar. What you see behind me, I'm actually in my studio. We'll talk here a little bit to give you a little insight of what's going on. And I'll have to explain how to get on the show with me when you're asking your questions. Um, Again, it's a directed show, but we're going to have fun on the show. We're going to have a lot of things take place in a year's time. And each show is going to be different because we don't have scheduled, at least right now, I don't have scheduled people coming on. I have whoever is interested in telling their story to me and the world, of course, right? To the show itself. When they come in and tell their story or ask their questions or just get involved in the conversation that we have. Like I say, it's a roundtable type conversation. Once I receive or give you a microphone and you get to receive that microphone, then you can come in and I'll be able to hear you and everybody can do their own thing. Um, my name is George Miller. George Miller. I'm located up in Seattle, Washington, physically, right? In Seattle, just north of the Space Needle, a little town called Bothell. So it's just the north end of Lake Washington is where I'm located in real life. Now, um, my name is George Miller, but people in the virtual world here, my avatar, the full name is GM Interactive. And for short, they just call me GM. So you'll see a lot of that on there. Um, so let's see. Yes. Everything is actually set up okay. And I'm just trying to help you slow down a little bit because that's what I have to do. This is kind of a learning experience for me being an avatar. Normally, the people out here that come to the show, let's talk about it, they can hear my voice already. Like about 10,000 people that at one time. Uh, but I'm surprising them just like you're getting surprised right now. I didn't have any advertisements on it and probably never will because it's the type of program that if you want to come to watch the program or someone says, "Hey, have you seen Let's Talk About It with GM?" Well, you get excited about it and well, when is it on? That's why I had you check your time. Look at your time again and go back about a half hour. At the top of the hour is when it normally should start. In my area here in uh, Pacific Northwest, it's 10 o'clock. So our show starts at 10 and I'll have the prompts lined up. You know, the intro and the outro are not available uh, today anyway for me because of my uh, the way this all kind of had to come together. I'm a half hour late here. So we've only been on here a couple minutes as far as that goes. And there's supposed to be a way for me to tell time wise. Oh, okay, live 7 minutes. We've been on for 7 minutes, guys. There you go. So it's coming. It's coming there. Couple things that I need to go over with before I have you come in or anybody come in. I do have that set up. That's what took me a while to do. And you notice that on the screen here, it's not just the full screen. You actually see across the top a menu and across the bottom a menu. Because down the road, as in maybe later today or tomorrow or whatever, when all this kind of comes through, for you to come in as an avatar, we can get more and more people in here. Now, I kind of have to warn you about a lot of different things. And that is, we get into heart-to-heart conversations out here. So we have to watch ourselves and be cool with people, right? If they have a hard time, we're all going to help out. Each and every one of us. Everybody that's listening will have that chance to come in here with a microphone and so on. And we can rotate them through if it gets real busy and you know that, oh, that guy wants to get on. He said he was going to be here, but we don't have room for him on the panel. We still make that happen. It still will happen to all of us. To explain the screen that you have right now, the name of the show, of course, it's up in the top right hand corner. Let's talk about it. And we're going to have, like I say, pretty serious conversations. We're going to learn how to dream a little bit. A lot. We learn how to dream and we actually follow other people's dreams, what they would like to accomplish in their lifetime. And we're going to go through some areas to where it's always necessary to get help. You know, who do you go to when you have a challenge? That type of thing. Well, out here we give support to anybody that comes by and has their own will that, by golly, I need help on this. Okay, that's how it started with me maybe a year and a half ago when I needed help. I was taking some medicines. I'll go into my story a little bit. I was taking some medicines and I started taking the medicines wrong, or at least I was feeling a lot better. So doctor says, well, just um, don't take as much. I cut it in half. And then it was not a good mixture. So he says, just go back to normal. Well, that's when I didn't have a good perspective on what normal was. And I was using my emergency air and I would be losing breath. I couldn't breathe. Okay. I couldn't breathe. Uh, my chest right now is getting uh, height. But I'm on the medicine, but the medicine is actually doing good for me. It's we thought it was allergies, but I'm allergic to something. Um, okay, all right. Well, anyway, what I was doing and having a hard time breathing, and these emergency air compared to my normal air, I would have to use the emergency air every 4 hours, or I would actually lose my breath. I did it for about a year and a half, every 4 hours, folks. So I got a little scared. My life changed. So it's a tough way to be, but it's a lot better now. I'm stronger. Things are going really good. Um, I don't know if I mentioned that this is StreamYard, my hangout. There's a lot of times I'm going to call this my hangout. Like I say, that behind me is my little world in a virtual world. I have 64 Sims. That's a lot. Okay. 64 Sims for making all this happen. And that's kind of my backup if we don't have people that are coming in and seeing what's going on. We're out in YouTube in 3 different locations today. We're on Let's Talk About It, which is my normal, but it's also duplicated on GM Interactive, right? GM Interactive. And that, of course, is my avatar's name. And what you see behind me is Breathe Resort. This is all Breathe Resort. So I'm the manager and owner of Breathe Resort. And unlike a lot of programs out here, I made everything. This is 10 years. Let me stand up, show you a little bit for just a minute. Okay. Now there's a window right here, so I'm not going to fall out. But this is my resort. And I added up here in the north end here because we were on another grid at one time. And yeah, so crazy. Um, we have floating, what you see right here. This is Breed Resort, where dreams come true. And that's a floating building there. That's in the center of all of this. No time like the present, I guess, right? So we're going to pop up to Breathe Resort. And we're going to go to the top. Up. to dance scene apparently, right? This is right on top. Okay, this is dead center. But I'm not in, I was just below me here when I first started. It's down over here, I guess, on this side. Of course, the sun is setting to the west. And if you're an avatar, get used to what's happening with your own environment and your own weather and your own time of day. It's exactly that. I can go into nighttime mode right now, and someone else standing alongside of me can be in a daytime mode. And so it depends on what you want to actually accomplish when you're here. Okay. You'll actually show up at Breathe Resort right down in the corner there by that building down on the land there. And if you notice, look at, we can take and go down like this. And I can be down here with my eyes. You would land right here on this. Everybody will land here at the beginning. And if you like the place, you can landmark it to land right there. Or as you start taking your adventure through this area, and each avatar is a live person. So when you see different things happening, you see things happening. Breathe Resort, there I am now. Top 5 regions. Okay. It's actually not the top 5 regions anymore. I think it's rotating around to everybody that wants to actually be notified, or not, like if you right now didn't know where Breathe Resort was, or if you wanted to go to these other places, you just click that button and it will take you there. Take your avatar there, give you a way to get around our grid. Okay. Meaning, um, at Wolf Territories. Okay. Now I don't want to push any of the buttons here because then I'll go away. I went down with my eyes. We actually have surfing. These are surfing here. We have a lot to go through. We're going to visit each one of these things like one day at a time. It does take a long time to make this all happen. Back up. Okay, so that gives you a little idea of what's going on. Where we're at is, let's go down here. We're at the Space Needle here. This is, and all the toys, by the way, anything you see you can use. Nobody lives here. I do have some houses because there are entertainment people that come by that sing or like to drive boats and bring a group of people or just whatever. For us out here, we're going to take advantage of the fire pits. So if we wanted to off air, we're on the air right now, but if we wanted to off air, we could go to the fire pit. You come down. In other words, this right here, I can jump over to a fire pit. Okay, here we'll go to the outside fire pit to give you an idea where we were, right? I have a couple of them in this area. But this is a fire pit. This is where we can sit down and actually talk to each other without going on the air, and perhaps one-on-one with somebody or in a small group or just whatever. It's like going to the park to make things happen. This thing on my left, and the reason I leaving all of my buttons on my screen here is because I actually will bring you into this hangout like this, but not on the air. And I can teach you what all the buttons are for and how you can get some of the value. This right here on the left, Breathe Resort, that's kind of a handy, we call them HUDs, right? Can open that up and I can pop around this whole area, and from each little pinpoint, I can walk to the area I really wanted to go. In other words, there's so many places to go, I can't put them all on one HUD, but you can walk around, I have what you call double click turned on. So anytime you take and hold Alt down, see my mouse on screen, you hold Alt down, you're going to get that plus sign. And if I wanted to go over here, I can hold Alt down. I can hold that fire and pull the fire closer to me. So I'm still standing back over there. Okay. I'm still standing like this. Oh, there's ridge right here. I'm still standing there, but I'm over here like this. Or I can double click on the ground and it lets me come over. So these are different things that you'll get to learn more about. It's easy to move around. One of the first things we do is help you get your avatar set up. In this case, I walk behind so I can show you what's going on. And there are different ways that can improve your look or your move, how smooth it is, with different clothing, with in my case, I am not the only one today, but this is a Wolf Territories grid. I'm a peace keeper. Okay. That means that if there was any troubles, everybody knows that they can actually get a hold of me by going into this right here. These are the people that are online right now that I know, and there are more because I do not know everybody. But those are the people that I know. These are the people that I know that are offline over right there on this bit of madness, right? But you can open those up at any time, and we'll teach you how to do that kind of stuff. One of the things that we would like to do right now is take advantage of a hangout position. So first of all, let me see if I can show you. See that tall building right here? And the Space Needle? The Space Needle on the 3rd floor. Let's do this. Let's go over here to the Space Needle. Boom. And now I'll be on the ground of the Space Needle, right? Here, we can even go this way. So some things are not working for me right now, but I know how to get by. I know how to get around. So there's different things when you're talking to somebody, or when you have this on. Say, I'm the owner of Breathe Resort. GM Interactive Resident is my name in world. People, like I say, call me GM. And we're on the 3rd floor. So I can call an elevator. So I use my call button, call the elevator, and it's on its way. Be on this one here. See, elevator's headed to ground. So it was up probably at the office. But in our case, I don't want to wait around. That's why I have a secondary. These here there's the elevator. Okay, so there's the elevator. You walk on the elevator, you sit down on the elevator, and the controls are at the end. So here, let's sit down. Okay. And we're going to go right here to the elevator. We're going to go to Breathe Resort Studio. Okay, that's where we're headed. Going up. I live in Seattle, so I used uh, Seattle Space Needle. And again, I made it so I don't have all the construction that a lot of people have. We're looking through glass. That's why it's a little hazy, right? So, and this is where we were. And now I'm up here. I can go over here where we first started, right? This is my little interview or my studio. And I sit here, and of course I can look at myself. So I run the cameras. I have the control of what's going on. Now, one of the things that we want to do now then is to bring you into the Hangout. And you're going to come in just with your own camera. If you don't want to have a camera turned on, you'll see how you can turn your camera off. There's ways at the bottom. There's a menu across the bottom. But how you get in to this, regardless of where you're looking at me right now, and you'll get used to it, gminteractive.com. So my name, gminteractive.com. When that happens, let's see, camera, GM Interactive. If I take this thing here, again, that's GM Interactive. Okay, but I want it like this, so then people going across will be on the bottom. Have you come in and say hi. Today we can have just a normal conversation. Well, every day is going to be normal conversation with a twist in it that you might run into troubles, or we found an answer for you, or just whatever it is that's on your mind. Everybody knows that Mother Earth out here, Gaia, is actually changing from 3D to 5D. And so there's a lot of people going through some change right now. Hopefully we can help you go through that and be able to survive without a lot of pain, actually have you in a position to where your life improves, intuition improves, your eyesight might improve quite a bit, and lifestyles will change. But what you see on here across the top is my chat window. When I was taking the elevator, I wanted to do that. Normally this is sitting down here, but you're going to come in here. So, on our website, okay, I guess I could bring this over here like this. To come on in and visit, a lot different when you're on the air than prepping it. So things change just a little bit. So excuse me on my pausing in here. But things are going to turn out for the better as time goes on. We're about half the show now, right? Already. But to come in, you go to gminteractive.com and there'll be a yellow. I wonder if I could show that. I suppose, let's see if I stop this showing. If I actually added there. I'm going to do this back again the same way. I'm going to put this back like this. Okay, I'm going to put that back. And I can drag this over. So here's the website. Okay, here's my website. Now I have my volume turned down. So, oh, look at that. It's gonna go farther and farther each time. Okay, anyway, there's my website. And what's happening on the website is, of course, that's the yellow box I want you to get a hold of. I didn't have time to program this up. I slept in, and I only had about 45 minutes. I was trying to get up about 7, and I didn't get up until about 9:15. And I didn't have enough time to do a lot of it. So at the bottom of every page, down here at the bottom of every page, you click that blue button right there, you'll come in. I'll have that blue button up here by tomorrow's show. So it'll be right on the TV. But right now, you come in, you go to the Bleed Resort Studio, and you click that button, and I'll hear you come in and be able to show that to you. Okay, you'll come in a different way that you probably never ever been in a hangout this smooth before. So let's see. While you're maybe trying to find out that happening, I can watch on YouTube. Okay. Again, we did not advertise. And I guess let me talk to not only everybody, but talk to the people that have been on here before with me. And I had maybe 4 or 5 year, even more than that, from 5, 6 years of not having the show going on. I was busy building Breathe Resort that you see behind me here. And each area, of course, takes a lot of time to get everything properly handled and properly under control. There are some grids that I try to be on, and everything that I do, like sitting down right here, there's programs that actually let me sit down on the seats. Okay, it's programming, scripting. And so throughout this whole area, the couch, all my seats here, everybody has their own microphone. What you don't see is, you notice I don't have any shadow on my face. So I have up here that you don't see, that's up in the middle. Actually, there's one for every person that can sit down on the seats here. It's set up to where I have lighting. I've lit this whole place up for the places that we're going to stop by and talk or sit or, talking to somebody. We'll show you maybe next show, maybe next week even, after we get established. So we're not jumping too much ahead of ourselves. We'll show you how you can come in to be an avatar and the different clothes that you can wear. Yeah, and I'm not used to looking at myself, but there you go. There's me here. We have a ways that if you are somebody that doesn't have talking capabilities, it's hard for the show because this is a talk show. So it would be hard to highlight you here, but you could come in as an avatar. And when you're typing, you can type right up here in the nearby chat. And as you talk, so you can actually talk. That's me just saying hello, right? GM Interactive, resident. Okay, that's me saying hello, and of course, there's nobody here. Oh, and it's also on a nearby chat. It's showing me my friends that are coming online and offline, things like that. Luna, she just went offline. Okay. Luna actually built, let's see. Okay, let's jump up for a second. Luna built this castle for me that's over here. And you'll learn more about it as time goes. But Luna built that castle. That castle's got, oh, can't remember, 40 to 50 windows in it. It's 5 layers tall. Yeah. It's got a basement in it, a dungeon. Got some trap doors. It's fun to go in like a mystery castle. Like I say, nobody lives here, so you could take this like this, open this menu up on the left. Castle's the bottom right-hand corner right here. And you click on that and it brings you over to the castle. Okay. Let me give you a little peek of what's going on because of guys are not coming in yet. I'll notice when they do. Again, gminteractive.com. And on the very bottom, there's a little blue button. And the reason you're coming in would not be for the avatar that we're talking about here. I just have special privileges as an avatar to have an office or a room that I can get in. There's our greedy table. We play greedy, guys. And it looks like, a lot of people come in here and they can do their own thing. They change the rugs and stuff on me. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's go to another rug. See this? Gives you an idea. Let's stick with that one. Crazy. There are things out here and a fish tanks. Got my fish tanks going. It took me a while to fix them all up. Okay. Beautiful day out today, so it's better to be outside. And I'm so happy that this is actually all working right now because of my mix up of time that today I get being on time. I was scurrying. That means moving faster than I wanted to on creating the capabilities of us to be together. And you come in as your person with a camera, or just come in and turn your camera off. I'll know that, and come in with your voice if you wanted to talk. But there's a way that you can actually on the videos, you can talk. Just staying at YouTube. Let's talk about it. Let's see. Oh, that's me programming. See, anything that comes over here, you'll actually see coming out. So it's a Breed Resort, and it looks like in this mode that I put myself in to come in here, I don't have my GM Interactive. So I'll use this like this for my GM Interactive symbol. But name of the show, of course, is Let's Talk About It. You bring that it factor in and we'll talk about it. Talking to my people going back in time, I know that my mind's just racing left and right. Come on in, folks. Yeah, it's George, GM, but this time I have an avatar. Before I came in with me alone, and these guys, of course, we talk and we have different things that are taking place in our lives all around the world. How about India? Let's light up India. You guys uh, get used to coming to gminteractive.com. You'll see that on there too. You don't have to stay at YouTube. So all these 3 areas at YouTube is just for the introduction to actually know how to get to me is to go to that GM Interactive site on the internet. And what I have is at the bottom of every page brings you into Breathe Resort. So you can go through the site and kind of see how the site and what we do and how we like to create activities and have fun together, in addition to teaching people how to make things happen in their life maybe a little easier. It's about a 45-minute mark, something like that, just under 45 minutes. Look at all that's my neighbors over here, which is the grid owner to our grid. He's making a spaceship just on the other side of the mountains and everything. As we go further is stations from different stars. Ooh, I'm getting not a feedback, but you hear the water? So there must be water close by. I can't remember where I have water. Oh, underneath us. Yeah, in the basement, I have an area. I'm calling it a library. It's not totally developed yet, but you can actually see when it starts going. There's where we like to have some fun too, down at the fair. See the fair and a Ferris wheel? We have bumper cars down there. Play greedy. I have a plane sitting out here. Let's see, I'll show you my plane. It's a seaplane. I can get up from the table and perhaps fly this seaplane if somebody in the grid has a challenge. I could jump on the plane and go to their place out of my own area, my own land, and go into, theirs on the ocean, probably faster on the helicopter. Let's see, where do I have a helicopter here? Here's a helicopter on top of the, I have them planted around so I can actually get on a helicopter and get there faster than that plane would. It's also more maneuverable. If I have to stop in midair and, things like that, find people. So back to the castle, right? During leisure time, when you're taking it easy, this is a place to relax. We're all trying to have peace in this world, right? We don't have to be confused all the time. We don't have to have that rush take place. So we have an area over here where we can actually play chess, right? Or even even the fly slowly, or we can fly up in the balloons. I have 3-seater here. I created a little more seats than were on the original. And driver sits in the middle, first guy on, if you will. Or I guess the other people can sit down if they click on the ball here. Okay, so that is explaining pretty much what's happening. And there is nobody, this white square on the bottom left, and you've probably seen it earlier at the beginning, there was a name that showed up down here. And this is what I call my radar. So anybody that comes on my land, they'll show up here. You don't see yourself, but you see everybody except for yourself on the radar. Okay. Some people might call this a people window. The radar is also a people window. Radar is a little smaller, and I go through a lot, so that's it there. I'm going to take this back to full screen so you might be able to see it a little bit better. And that's the Hangout portion that I can control what's going on a little bit easier. That blue bubble there is a snow globe. Can you kind of tell what that snow globe is going to do for you? We have Christmas year-round here. Yeah, year-round. You can go into Christmas time and make that happen. Some people actually have their place set up as a store. Ours is not set up that way. We're set up for people to have fun and to do different things, learning how all this happens. Recommend to start off with perhaps, let's see if I can find it with my eyes. We have a train that goes around, and that will give you perspective on what's happening. I don't see, this is our train station right here. It's not at there now, so it's out moving. In fact, there it is right here. So if I wanted to take this, even where I'm at, I bring my eyes. Remember I say double click? You can either double click or sit down somewhere. So if I sat right here and I hit escape, you see my buttons right here. I'm on here. I'm on the train, Breathe Resort, on Wolf Territories grid. Okay, I have that rotating around like that. And that's me, of course, sitting this here. What you're hearing right there is, this is our rescue trucks. All of these are working trucks. That was a radio that you heard on there a second ago. This is the very corner of our grid, and we got mountains all the way around us. And we're not limited to stay here. We can actually fly and be able to move around. And I know that I'm getting a lot of information out, gentle information at the very beginning here. It's our first show. Gentle information about what we have at Breathe Resort. And you notice up here, this is our nearby chat. That's what this train is telling me where we're at. We're on the West Coast Highway, so we're going up the West Coast here. If you were a boat, you could come right there on the left and click the bridge. It will open up. Click it again. Of course, it is shut, so I don't fall in the drink. Actually, it doesn't fall. It'll stay on the track. But you open it up. That's how you can bring your own boat from your place if you choose to create your own world and make something happen. Okay. What I ask people out here to do would be to, first of all, let me introduce you to all of the functions of your avatar and introduce you to my friends that are out here, with their own land, and create a little community together. I'd like to actually create a community out here of people who are wanting to learn, wanting to increase their lifestyle. Doesn't necessarily mean that you got to come in every day and you got to do that. What it means is there's possibility of what's going on. We ride horses in here. As you can tell, look at this right over here. We can relax in our hammock. Up on the hill up in here, we have Indian territories where we have our horses. This is called a beach horse. So for people that are coming from other grids and perhaps didn't bring a horse with them, or maybe their grid didn't let them do that, we have horses here you can jump on and make that happen. I have farms around the corner. Now I'm still on the train, so I'm going to jump back to the train. Tai Chi. This is Tai Chi, right? If you can wear your normal clothes because we want you to be comfortable and everything if you want to. But I have a boxes here for Tai Chi. It's a gi for the men and women. So you can, if you want to, you left click everything we have that's available for you to purchase. We don't have a purchase. I give it to you. So if I was to left click either one of them, it's going to give it to me in my inventory. And we'll learn down the road. I'll show you how to control your inventory before it gets out of hand. You'll notice that your inventory is not there till you start buying things from other people. Or in my case, I give them away free. OpenSim now. This is not Second Life. If you're already a Second Life user, we use the same program as Second Life, but it's totally OpenSim. So I can actually jump from one grid to another grid, for instance. We have the biggest grid in OpenSim, largest in volume and in people. So that's how that is. Now this right here is, again, our train's going up the west side. And if I stick on here any longer, we're getting into that hour mark. There really is no time frame on how long these shows can be. But I know, like you know, if you're on a show or a video that you're watching, if it's a movie, maybe you can extend it a little past the hour mark. But if it's a talk show or things like that, where things are moving a little quicker, where information you can get the next show if you wanted to. This is just me going around. We have cars. You've seen the cars down there. You could take the road. There's a road next to this railroad. Yeah, I cut the corner because it's a lot easier to take 245-degree angle corners like that than it is to have a 90-degree come up and just turn the corner. It's possible, but it's a lot better like this. As you can tell, there's all these pillows around here. We can hold 8 people on here at a time, which is plenty. We have a happy dog that's over here. Let's see if I can visit him. See, you double click just to get off the train. We have a dog that's over here. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. And then I actually can kneel down here with the dog and see if we can play with him a little bit. Okay. But every avatar is a real person. And our doggy's doing his thing. And I don't want to have the train get too far away from me. So I'm going to go like this, back on the train again, right? Let me stand up. And then let me come over here, click on my pillow, have me look forward. There's one of our boats. That's one of our main boats. Remember, your eyes can go off. By the way, my voice, or my ears, I should say, follow my camera. So if there are people on this boat and my camera, every person gets a chance to actually create what their avatar, is going to do for them. And I listen wherever my eyes are. So there's my looking around, even though I'm still on. Okay. It's just how it all kind of works. This is where you would get this box. See this box right there? That's this Breathe Resort off the side. See this? That's where if you didn't have one, you could pick that up just by left clicking it again, left click, and you say, yes, that's the one I wanted. And it comes into your inventory. And then from inventory, you can, I say add it, and it adds it to your screen. And it puts it over here on the left-hand side. What you'll learn down the road is you can actually move that anywhere you want to, but it's a matter of learning how to use your equipment that you have. I'm actually getting more into explaining what this is about because there's nobody in here. Your opportunity today is probably not a good time. But tomorrow, now remember, tomorrow, or if you ran across this and you're going, oh, George is on again. And you say, I wonder how he's doing. And you want to come in to talk. You can do that just like we've done in the past. By tomorrow, I'll have a blue button on that on the website. Right now, you have to go at the bottom of every page, push that blue button, will bring you into today's hangout here. Down the road, that actually, if you don't even want to come in, what happens is you can actually catch me when I'm not live. It's a separate hangout, but I couldn't get the button to work properly. And so I'm using Breathe Resorts button at the bottom of the page. So that bottom of the page is actually a different hangout to our crew. If you wanted to be a member of Breathe Resort, does not cost you any money to do this, by the way. Anywhere along the whole line and down, up and down the roads, we'll find you clothes. We'll show you how to get clothes for free and be able to change them and so on. Coming up to what we call the train wash. So it's on this corner here. We're going into the train wash. And in here is where everybody needs cleansing from time to time, right? Hope I'm dropping some key words off to some of the people who down the road actually want to be a part of our crew here and learn not only more about what's going on, but be able to help people in a good way. And how we do that on the resort, let alone on the full grid. And you can come in to make that happen. We're going to go closer to the fairgrounds coming up. And I'm fixing things all the time too. So there's a boat that's over here. This is going to take people around our grid. This is going to take, it's bigger than normal boat. Let's see. That's actually a pretty big boat. Here's the normal boat that I have and all the pillows on it. This is the one I use a lot right here. And I have all of these are pinpointed around the resort. If you see that it's empty, jump on it and go for a ride. And if you don't know how, I can tell that it's not working very good for you. I'll pop over and if I'm on here, I might be busy. So it's a matter of if you get my attention, I'll come over to you and I'll show you how everything works. We let you learn how to fly the helicopter, if you will, right? And remember, we're not limited to the areas. You can be able to fly from wherever you get our helicopter. I don't hand them out. I don't give them away, but there are ways I can show you how to get your own helicopter and make that happen for you. Now, halfway between the corners on all four sides, we have an area for Breathe Resort, and this is kind of a little picture taking area where I have a horse on all four sides right in the middle. You touch the horse and you'll be able to get a new one. We're coming up to our farm up here on the right. Right here's our farm. And in fact, there's some horses right here. See that for free? It's called a dream horse. Just add it and there's a menu on here to change the color of your horse or what your horse wants to look like. So that's a free horse. You click left and you'll get it on your inventory. You add it to actually use it. I'm just finishing up with building. That's why the stuff on the right-hand side is sitting here. I just made this last month. Been working on this where we get to do a lot of things. See us in the background right there, floating. And I'm making the fair, so that fair's not totally complete yet either. But I just happened to show you areas because I'm working on them, right? They're on my mind, and it wasn't a prepared visit. On the internet now, gminteractive.com, you'll see my avatar's picture and my real picture. If you click on the avatar's picture, you'll go to Breathe Resorts side of the website and be able to get information about Breathe Resort. If you want to just increase information, in your real life, then you use my normal picture and it takes you back over to that website. It's the same website, but it's got different menus at the top. I think that going around here, I'll be ending. See if I can, let's go back home. Let me show you my home here. Even though I say I don't live here. I don't need to sleep overnight here. But I have 5 of these on the property. So our staff can come in a hangout like this, and we can be in different areas all at the same time, like a roaming reporter or whatever, without going live and without a time frame for limitation. We can talk to each other at all times, talking above me like this with the little dot and so on. I can turn that off too, but I wanted to keep it on because I'm kind of showing you what's going on. Like I say, it all works as I can sit down. This kind of overlooks, if I was to look up, it overlooks this area here. I must be getting excited that I actually got this working today, guys. And an hour's worth is past limit. I don't edit. If you are someone that wants to do this type of stuff, there are limits. If it gets too long, it will not let you edit. But I don't edit anyway. So I can get away with it, but I can go down with my eyes down in here. The menu, these are all the different locations. I can even stand up from where I'm at, come down here and sit down. This bottom one in the center without audio. I didn't turn them on today because there's music and so forth on that while I'm live. And it will surprise me which music will play. So when I do get that going, then I'll be able to actually have music on here because it's background music or something, you know. When you're here, you get to control the environment that you're in, but you have to listen to the music, and I have different musics for different areas. That's the one in the center here, of course. If I wanted to go, I click on any one of these things, it will take me there. Okay. Here I'll stand up. I even show you how you can arrange these things to be relatively the same as what I do because you watch this so much if you're brand new. If you already have things going and you know how you've been doing it, don't change. It's not like we want that to change. It's like it's easier for me on a brand new person to say, oh, you want that settings? Okay, well, here's how you would fix it and how that would work. The bottom one again, this bottom one here is all the different locations. Okay. And we have parties, greedy. We have different parties. Let me show you, let's see, parties. Let's go to, see, I just want to keep talking. I can talk all day. I probably shouldn't. But this here is in the bottom. This is the bottom underneath the big blue. We're across all the way around the outside. Cherry Manga's avatars. So just as a party time, you can pick an avatar and it will download a folder with that full avatar in it already, in addition to the one that you ride around in, you know, that you're actually on all the time. So we set one up for you, but you know, you can be this girl. You could be this gal here. And they have their own clothes. So if you like, oh, I really like that dress or that skirt, whatever it is that you might be looking at, right? Or this little outfit here. I'd like to use that on my avatar. Well, you can, when you download that, you can actually open that up and be able to use those clothes on your avatar. Okay, so if you happen to find, oh, you know what? I don't like things hanging around, but like right here, these shoes for a clown's shoes, okay, or whatever. You can do that. I like the balloons, so I like to go over here and I go in this right here. I like that. I like this one. And of course, it changes my avatar because I'm in that costume, if you will, and be able to um, do that. Let's say I really like that hat, okay? Or I like this nice hat. There's also another, let's see, at the beginning of this game, way back when, before other people started building new avatars, there's new avatars all the time. At the beginning of Second Life and the opening of OpenSim, they use these avatars. Okay, they use them avatars right there. And this is the whole box. You get them all at once. If you're a vendor or whatever, everything's for free. But that box has all of the avatars in it. You'll have to open a lot, but each one is separately. This would be a folder and a folder and a folder. So then when you do have them and you want to put that full folder on, you right click the folder and you tell it to put it on. And it will override what you have on. You'll see the menu that's on there. We have skates. So we have parties on the ship that have people call them roller skating parties, but these are roller blades. You can do tricks with a roller blade and make something happen for you, right? We ride bikes. I like the purple one. And they go on your TPs. So if you happen to have like this TP, if I was riding a bike and I took a TP to a different location, the bike would come right with me. Okay, because I'm wearing that bike. Same thing with this Segway right here. Same thing with the horse. I'm riding the horse, but I'm actually wearing that horse, this particular horse. And then gliding through the air on a hang glider. People love to fly, right? You can fly yourself right here. Your avatar can fly around. And that's set up for, I could use that actually to fly around to, other people's location, other property on our grid. The floating store is this TT Treasures. I kept TT Treasures' name, but TT Treasures, it's Terry Tam. And at the beginning, she used to have a hard time getting on our land here. At beginning stage, this grid has only been around 4 to 5 years now, 4 years, but it's the largest in OpenSim. Anyway, she had a lot of her friends and stuff, so she's back in Second Life. which, by the way, you don't have to give up Second Life. I actually can go over into Second Life too. I have to sign in a different way. I'm on the same avatar, GM Interactive Resident, but I'm over there. I don't get on Second Life very much, but I do have a location over there. I don't own a lot of land, very little even, but I can make that happen. So when there's a will, there's a way to kind of make things happen for you guys. All these pictures in the middle are the locations. See, this one here takes us to the bargain basement, which is, if you look right over there, that's where we're at. So look at this. If I click this right there, boom, it brings me down in the bargain basement. I just showing you how if you make a mistake, you're going to jump to this area. Look at this. This is our biggest waterfall. It's called um, uh, our overlook, right? It's lookout point. So I can take and go over here. It looks like I got balloons and everything up here. I can take over here if I look at myself like this and go out a ways. It's our biggest waterfall. And you'll see down here the wave that's towards shore right now, but it's coming. We can surf. It's not as easy as walking, but there are tournaments that actually, just like surfing, it's a surfing tournament. And when you get good at surfing, you like to show it off. And it's kind of have fun too. Let's see why I'm not seeing it. There it is right here. They just moved really slow right now. Oh, it's trying to disappear. So it's going to disappear before it gets to those white signs. It just goes like that. It starts over again. So all the equipment that you have are right there. These are all for people to use on surfing. If you like to body surf, right? That's what these are for. These are just to help you. It's a swim body surf. I'm going to close the show down here. And I want to thank everybody for at least listening out there. And next time we'll have you come on in, and we do this until someone comes in, and then all of a sudden it breaks loose and everybody comes in. That's okay. gminteractive.com. In today's episode, we use the bottom blue button on the bottom of the page. So you got to go all the way to the bottom of the page. That blue button helps you come in here. Okay. And when I say come in here, it comes in the Hangout. If people are afraid of my avatar or thinking that they have to be an avatar, then we'll actually change our program up a little bit so you'll know that you don't have to be an avatar. I made the avatar idea a once in a lifetime thing. No one's done this before, to where they have their full avatars as a show and the host of their show as their avatar. But I can very easily turn my camera on and actually go into you seeing my expressions and so forth, rather than waiting for my avatar to we have gestures. Look at it. I can clap. Okay. I can laugh. All right. So I go, oh, wait a minute. Me? How does that go? Like this. Me? Is that what you wanted? Yeah, I did it. I did it. Ask me questions. I can say no. I can say, well, I really don't know. Well, all right. I can say yes. Sure. We can make that happen. And when we're in a crowd, I can say, you know what? I'm right over here. Here I am. Come on over here. We can make it all happen. My motto is make it happen for you. And that's exactly what I do. There's different, just so much to learn. But most of it is learning how to be a friend, learning how to control your own environment without being hostile to somebody, learning how to make things happen in real life. Maybe with a avatar, you can start by learning how to be true to yourself, know what truth is compared to living in the dark side of life. You always want to live on the bright side of life. Up in Canada, they got a song on that, the bright side of life, right? I'm not a singer. I'm not an entertainer. I'm a person that cares. I care. I care about what you are going through. If you're going through a struggle, I'm going to be right there and help you out. And the reason I know that is because I have God in my life. He helps me. He helps me get through a lot of different things. And these are all private things, things that are working on me all the time, every day, several times a day. But I always go into things full bore as much as I can, right? Right now, my priority is to learn how to be a good, a good guy, learn how to spread joy and happiness. And it's hard to do when you have a lot of people out there that, well, that like to deceive, and it hurts. So I'm going through a challenge right now that God is helping me with, and time for me to actually go and see what He's up to. You will get used to coming in and having fun, even if it's just visiting with me and the people that show up here, because we have a world. We have the whole world is right at our fingertips if you really want it to be. People say, well, why don't you advertise? Well, because I'm not here to make money. I don't make money like that. And now I'm old enough in life to where I'm retired and I have my retirement. So I don't, quote, need to show up at work every day. But you keep yourself busy because you still have projects that you want to get done in life. And if you're anything like me, boy, those projects just add up. One project after the next, which is good. It's fun to be creative. I can't wait to show you the ship that's over here. Let's look at the ship for a second. This ship, it's got five. Oh, well, there we go. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All this right here. Look at I can go down in here and look. Got a dance floor, but it's got windows all the way around so you can see out. Sometimes there's a dance, and then we have skating. This is really good place for roller rink, right? It's doing our thing. The boat is that big where you can make that happen. But my main idea today is I'm trying to build a community. And in order to make a community the way you want it to be made, is in my case, I do it myself. I do it with people that want to create something. If I need to show you how, and then all of a sudden, I'm not the best builder there is in the world, but I can show you how to build. And that might just perk up things for you, you know, how you can make things happen. You should have seen it. It took maybe a week to figure out how I can have these portholes be windows. And now I can't remember how to do it. I guess I do know, but it takes a while, right? To learn the different things. Them portholes are real. Well, I can literally look through them. But from the inside now, I have it looking like this so you can tell while you're dancing where people are roaming around the boat, doing different things, maybe enjoying themselves at a table. I guess what I'm getting at is there's more information to be told about every corner of our place here, in addition to helping people come online and be comfortable with themselves. Maybe learn a little confidence. Maybe learn that you're not the only one out here, that you don't have to go through life struggling by yourself. Always someone to help you out. Be calm. To go after that pursuit of happiness. I keep saying no one lives on this place. Look at this. There's 4 houses right there. So even your first day out here, say, yeah, he didn't go through that house very good. Why don't I go through that house? You can do so. If somebody's in the house already, like you would be if you went to the front door and went in, the doors are right here, right? If you went here and went in, the house is already furnished for you. You can sit down, do whatever. I even have right here, if you happen to be owner of other lands or whatever, and you need some furniture, pretty much this right there, everything in that box is what you see out here. The rugs, the lamps, flowers, okay? The table, the dinner plates. We even have these open up. Oh, I'm not here, so I can't show. Here we go. Okay. Let me go back to my eyes. So we have those 4 houses there. We have 5 like this. And there's another 4 that are in the mountains. Ways to ride horses if you like farms. Big Blue for dancing. Never got to that today, but there's our dance place. I know it looks elementary, and it is elementary, but that Big Blue have been on 5 different grids. Even a Big Blue is Second Life. So, when you build your own, everything from this light pole, the lights, join our group. Nothing should cost you money in Second Life, but ideas. And if you start to build and someone is building some really good stuff and they happen to be selling that good stuff, you can still do that. But our grid is set up um, really for people helping people. With that, I suppose here, let's just sit around right here. Helicopter in the background. Smile on my face. Telling you, I hope that you eventually listen to this. This will be on GM Interactive now. It will stay on that front page, okay, until tomorrow's show or just before tomorrow's show, right? Probably all the way up till last 10 minutes or something. There'll be a blue button at the bottom. In that yellow TV, there'll be a blue button. So it'll be a lot easier. So when you're actually looking at the TV, you push the blue button to come in and actually be on the air to talk to the conversation that takes place. And you'll be able to get in the mode of helping others. Again, thanks for coming. And I appreciate everybody that did. And we'll talk to you later. This is GM Interactive, resident in this case, saying goodbye for now until tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll be on time this time. Thanks for listening.